Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 11 of Lancer Recap. We got a lot to cover, including game updates and some massive news that took place this past weekend. I'm your host, Jose Ramos Flores. Let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. Cue the intro. The women's basketball team suited up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the Women's National Invitational Tournament as they look to tip off against Duquesne. What was kept even in the first two quarters, Long would then finish the third, scoring 21 to Duquesne's 11. But the Dukes, down 9 at the start of the fourth, marched all the way back in a defensively minded quarter. It took an off-balance jumper to put Duquesne ahead by 2 with 0.3 of a second remaining, which ultimately put away the season for the Lancers. Final score 70-68. Standouts for the match include Kiki McIntyre finishes with 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Frances Solis ends the night with 10 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Amore Harris finished with 12 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And our Lancer of the game to end off the season, Malaya Brown finishes with a team-high 20 points, adding 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, and a steal, shooting 6 of 10 from the field, including 4 triples, all in 31 minutes of action. As the season ends, this is one for the books. The second 20-win season in the team's Division I era. A 13-win improvement over the last 2 seasons. The Defensive Player of the Year in Kiki McIntyre and the Coach of the Year in Erica Lane Montgomery. The future is bright for this Lancer program as they look to build off this successful season. The women's softball team come off a doubleheader with the 14th ranked team in the nation, Virginia Tech. As the Lancers came in, the Hokies swept the doubleheader. In Game 1, all 10 of the runs came in the first 2 innings, final score 10-0. Game 2 saw the Lancers tie the Hokies in the 3rd inning before Virginia Tech dominated the following innings, final score 7-1. The only run for the day came from Sophia Knock off the RBI from Brooke Bennett. Lancers currently sit with an overall record of 6-21 and an in-conference record of 0-3. Looking ahead at their schedule, they play Liberty, the 22nd ranked team in the nation, on the 26th at 6 p.m. in Lynchburg, Virginia. Hopefully the Lancers are able to pull off a win in the in-state matchup. Then that following weekend, the Lancers host Gardner-Webb in a Big South series, starting with a doubleheader on the 29th with Game 1 starting at 1 p.m. and Game 2 set to go live at 3:30 p.m. Ending off the series with Game 3 on the 30th at 1 p.m. All 4 upcoming matches will be live on ESPN+. And as always, we wish our Lancers the best of luck. The baseball team had a great opener into conference play as they hit the road and took on UNC Asheville. In Game 1, the Lancers dominated all the way as the offense erupted and took over. Final score 17-8. Trey Keels put in 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs. Bentley Yates added 3 runs, 2 hits. Mikey Urbaniak, the freshman, added 2 runs, 1 hit, and 5 RBIs. And our Lancer of the game, the graduate, James Nelson, in 4 appearances at bat, had 3 runs, 4 hits, and also had 5 RBIs. Walking once and finishing with a batting average of .375. In Game 2, although a lot closer, especially after a late 9th inning run by Asheville, the Lancers still managed to pull away and get the win. Final score 9-7. James Nelson with another impressive game, finishing with 1 run, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs. Miles Webb added a run himself along with 2 hits. And Bentley Yates adds 1 run, 2 hits, and an RBI. And our Lancer of the game, the junior, Trey Keels, in 4 appearances at bat, put up 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 RBIs, improving his batting average to .265. To close out the series in Game 3, the Lancers offense came through late and delivered as they sweep UNC Asheville. Final score 14-10. Miles Webb adds 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 RBIs. Mikey Urbania, continuing to shine, adds 3 runs, 1 hit, and 2 RBIs. And Trey Keels adds 3 runs, 2 hits, and 1 RBI. And our Lancer of the game and the series closer, the senior, Casey Gibbs, had himself a game with 4 appearances at bat, having 1 run and hitting 4 times along with 3 RBIs. A massive jump in his batting average as well to .237 for this season. Before we look ahead, it's important to highlight 2 Lancers that earned honors from the Big South this week. Wyatt Bunch earned Big South Relief Pitcher of the Week, while Mikey Urbaniak earns Big South Freshman of the Week. Congrats to our Lancers. Longwood sits with an overall record of 8-16 and an in-conference record of 3-0. Looking to build off the momentum, they head an hour out to Richmond to face VCU on the 25th at 6 p.m. This match will be live on ESPN+. Earlier in the season, they beat the Rams 6-3, so hopefully Lancers pull out the win. Then for the weekend, they play Gardner-Webb at home in their second Big South series, beginning on the 28th at 6 p.m. This will be the only game live on ESPN Plus out of the series. On the 29th, first pitch is thrown at 2 p.m., and then on the 30th, the Lancers play ball at 1 p.m. Loaded week, but as always, we wish the team the best of luck. The lacrosse team for the season sit at 0-7 and are still on the hunt for their first win of the season. They wrapped up non-conference play on the 18th after a loss against Towson and look to begin conference play this weekend on the 29th on the road against Gardner-Webb. The Running Bulldogs are the only other team in the Big South without a win, so both of these squads should come out swinging and shooting for a win. As always, we wish our Lancers the best of luck. Massive news regarding the men's basketball team has taken place over the past few days. It was recently announced that guard Kobe Garland, who has 2 years of college eligibility left, has elected to enter the transfer portal for the following season. This season, Garland averaged 12.1 points, 4.4 assists, and 2.8 rebounds, all with an average of 29.3 minutes. Garland played in every game this season and started in 28 out of the 32. A solid contributor on both ends and a go-to bucket getter in crunch time, making big plays. Although sad, here at Lancer Recap, we wish him the best of luck. But an even sadder goodbye is on the 23rd of March at 6 p.m. It was announced that 7-year head coach Griff Aldridge had taken a coaching position at UVA, aka the University of Virginia. He becomes the first hire under new head coach Ryan Odom as an associate head coach. Aldridge, in the 7 seasons with the team, leads Farmville with a record of 127-100, having 3 back-to-back 21 seasons, 2 NCAA tournament appearances, and 2 Big South championship wins. He leaves behind a culture of gritty defense and hard-fought effort on the court. But with Aldridge gone, who's set to take the reign of head coach? Well, the Lancers did not have to look far, as former assistant coach Ronnie Thomas was named as the new Longwood men's basketball head coach. Coach Thomas joined the team in 2020 as the director of recruiting and program development and then became an assistant coach in 2021. Prior to Longwood, Coach Thomas spent 5 years at Guildford College, a playing and coaching career in Ireland, playing for the Ulster Elks in the Wingfoot Premier League of Northern Ireland. As a basketball fan and a Longwood fan, obviously, I'm ecstatic to see what Coach Ronnie Thomas has in set for the future of this Longwood basketball program. And as always, the Longwood motto, Go Wood! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I have had a joy of being back in rhythm and giving all of you updates on your favorite sports team. Tune in next week for more recaps, but until then, I cannot wait to see all your beautiful, lovely faces next week. Bye-bye.